Hello, boys and girls and families. I am at Ray and Diane Giroux's maple sugar bush, and they have been making maple syrup for decades with their family. And I just thought I'd do a quick little video to show you a little bit about how the process works. So a lot of these trees, if you see anything with a bucket attached to it, that is a maple tree. Okay, and I'm just going to show you this one. And in the springtime, what happens is the trees want to grow. So what they do is they're trying to suck up water from the ground to get nourishment for the leaves to grow. And that nourishment comes through this stuff called sap. And you can see this dripping right here, because the sap is running up into the tree and it just drips into these buckets here. Okay, and then it gets boiled off to make maple syrup. So we can see it dripping and we can just taste that, and it has a bit of a sweet taste, but not as sweet as the syrup yet. So Ray and Diane, they end up collecting all these buckets from around here, and they take it down. This is their sugar bush here, and then it gets boiled into syrup. And what you want ideally is you want the temperature to be around -5 or colder at night and above -5 through the day, so that sap, it goes up the tree and then it comes back down at night, okay, because it's so cold. So we're going to take you in the sugar shack next, and we'll see how this whole process goes. And there, right there, is the big container with all the sap from all of these trees. Boys and girls and families, here we go into the sugar shack, and there is Ray right there, and this is his sugar shack he built with his own 2 hands, and you can see his wood pile here. Okay, and you're going to understand why we need all that wood in just a second. How you doing, Ray?
I'm doing very well. Greg, yourself?
We're doing great.
Good.
We just want to learn a little bit about maple syrup and how it gets made.
Well, for the kiddies there, the sap, the cold sap comes from the holding tank at the back that Greg took a picture of earlier. Goes through a float box here. The float controls the flow. It goes into the pan, through the flues in there, which are little ribs, if you will, and then out the other side through that float box and into the pan here. And then each section has a tiny little hole right in here. So it flows through here, through there, and then out here when it becomes syrup.
Cool. And then it's ready for pancakes when it comes out of there.
Ready for pancakes, yes,
That's
sir.
awesome. And what's going on down here, Ray?
Well, this is where all the action is. This back pan ends up tripling the square footage of your heating surface. So if you look way up inside, can you see up there?
Yeah.
You can see all the flues, which are little openings where the flame travels and the sap goes in between. So therefore, it really increases the capability of the machine.
Wow. And how long does it take from the time it's sap to the time it's syrup?
Well, that depends on the size of the machine you have. But this is a very small hobbyist machine. It takes it takes an hour to make 2 liters of syrup. So in other words, I can evaporate approximately 20 gallons of water in 1 hour to make 2 liters of syrup.
Okay. And okay, so it takes, and it's 40 to 1. So you need 40 buckets of sap to make 1 bucket of syrup. Is that
correct.
right?
That's right.
Okay.
So yeah, if I maybe said that wrong. If I'm making 2 liters of syrup, it would be 20 liters of sap that I evaporated, right?
Yep,
20 to
that's
1?
right. Yep.
Oh, 40
to 1.
40 to 1.
Yeah.
So 80. 20 gallons, which is 80 liters.
80 liters, that's right. Okay, and then that we have our finished product over here.
Yeah. So this is where, when I'm, actually I'll put this on the floor. When I'm ready to run syrup off, I put this down here, and we just simply open that valve. The syrup goes into a filter, which is changed every time. You can see there's still syrup in there because I just ran a batch off. And then I bottle it by using this valve when it's sitting on the table.
Very good. Well, thank you so much, Ray.
You're welcome, sir.
And that is a little bit about how you make maple syrup, boys and girls, and hopefully you get a chance to do it someday and visit a sugar shack. This is one awesome operation, and thank you so much, Ray.
You're welcome, sir.
I've been feeling so small. Watch the clock ticking off the wall. But tonight